All right, Friday, June 1st, 2:45 a.m. I am in Brooklyn, trying to go to sleep, but I can't go to sleep because what's happening is the secret society handler, or handlers, the four that have already hacked my nervous system and are now, well, have been for the last, well, at least I was aware of it for over the last 2 years, 2 plus years, that they've been using these various sensors, these remote sensors throughout the city to basically manipulate or heat up the cells of my body from the inside out because, with large enough antennas and enough power behind a frequency or a infrared sensor, they can basically penetrate enough through the light can penetrate enough through the skin, through flesh, bone, whatever, and it can heat up the cells within the body, starting not just only heating up the you know not just only heating up the large cells of the body, but they can heat up cells throughout the body, to various temperatures, or increase the energy in the cells so that they're now vibrating at such vigorous force that it feels like you're being cooked from the inside out. Now, when I take my hand and I like kind of like wave it over different parts of the body that I feel them attacking, I feel what it feels like. Let's say if you were to take, I mean, infrared light is basically a laser, but what you realize is the power behind the infrared sensor, or near infrared. I believe it's near infrared. It's not necessarily infrared per se because I already used the thermal infrared camera to try to see if I can visually detect these sensors, but no, it's not infrared. It's either near infrared or far infrared. It's one of those other two. And when I take my hand and pass over the areas where they're attacking, it's like imagine if you took a string, or think about like a guitar string, right? Or any type of string instrument. And when it's pulled tight, and then you pluck it and you feel that vibration of the string on your fingers. Well, imagine if that string was, I guess, let's say, like you had like 12 different strings, 12 or more strings coming, that's like attached to your chest, and then the other end is attached to something else, but you just don't know what that other end is. And that string is so tight, or the connection is so tight. So then, as the vibration is carried, or the energy, and the energy that's being transferred through that connection is so powerful that the vibration, you could feel it with your hand. Like what I tend to do is when I pass my hand in between my chest and wherever the original source is for these infrared light sensor beams, um, and I once I feel my hand pass through the sensor or the light, I realize I can take my thumb and my index finger, or I could just take my whole hand, and I can slowly feel my fingers almost stroke the energy being. I can literally feel like my fingertips touch and almost like strum the beams because they have so much power behind it, and they're vibrating so vigorously. I can feel the vibration of the sensors on my fingertips in my hand, and then it's even to the point where I could pinch or clench my hand or fingers together, and I will feel the vibrations even more intensely. Um, the energy within the light basically vibrate so intensely in my hands. Um, yeah, and that's very interesting because I've been doing so much research in um, trying to understand how many different companies are out there using um, infrasound, ultrasound, infrared light for everything dealing with um, frequency resonance, um, cellular healing. What else? Um, a number of different things, and um, currently at the moment, I think golly, I'm realizing the light in my right eye is so much darker in my left eye. No, yeah, I don't know. So, and when I exhale, like when I exhale air out of my body, it's like when I breathe out, I'm breathing out this very very hot air, but it doesn't feel like air coming from my lungs. Like I told you, it feels like my chest and my throat are being heated up, like my chest, throat, and my like my pineal gland. So what it feels like is like I could feel the heat from my throat and my chest. Yeah, and then what they'll say, the V2K, is as I'm like trying to push out, as I'm trying to push out this excess energy that's basically heating up the cells in my chest and my throat. They're saying, "Oh, he figured out everything. He could feel the frequencies." And then they'll say something like, "Oh, his soul is leaving his body." Now, I've heard that statement said so many times, but I always want to be patient and wait for certain things to see if I can verify what exactly they're saying. Now, one thing that I've come to realize is like, I've done enough things to know when I feel like when I'm in complete and total danger or not. Um, because I think God gives you the ability to realize when your life is in complete danger. So a lot of times when they're like attacking me and I'm trying to like meditate or something, and they're like, "Oh, look, his soul is actually leaving his body," da, da, da. And I realized that through meditation and a manifestation and the control of your energy connected to the universe, or connected to God's energy, compared to their energy being transmitted from whatever satellite or drone or whatever sensor. Well, no, because even when I'm out at, like, let's say the pier, and there's hardly any cell towers around, or whatever the case may be, the angle where I feel the frequency that's attached to the sensory and motor cortexes and um, the pineal gland, a lot of the different frequencies that I feel connected to the brain are always coming at an angle. It's coming from above, but it's coming at like a 45-degree angle for whatever reason. And I just keep trying to see if I can use my satellite finding app to try to see if I could find out which one of these satellites could they possibly be transmitting this light from. And I'm not exactly sure which satellite there are, but I have come to find out that satellites that have supposedly been decommissioned or deactivated, whatever the case may be, and then transported to the graveyard orbit, they aren't necessarily completely dead. They're not completely decommissioned. They're basically just pushed out of the way so that they don't possibly cross paths with other active satellites, or they don't get into accidents with other satellites or space debris, things of that sort. So they push it way, way, way out of the Earth's low orbit. So when you think about how they have these satellites so high, remember the satellites they have a huge um, spectrum band that they can of frequencies that they can cover, and not only that, when they're using the satellite-based sensors to locate things or people, um, they can cover almost continents spans of area coverage. So when you talk about like Project Blue Beam or any other type of like satellite based or some other type of project that involves electromagnetic radiation and stuff, and we're talking about large portions of people, that means there's got to be something that's being done from way up above, something that can span a large space, um, a large area of space. And then when you think about how, what is that? That's food. Oh, I don't even know what food that was. Sorry. I just found something in my bed. Um, yeah, but I know people have been worried and wondering how come I haven't been making any videos and stuff lately. Um, I've just been very distracted, dealing with a lot. You know, I feel like I've been doing pretty good. Like at least for the most part, I say on my own, I think I've been doing pretty good. 'Cause at least I'm in the know of what they're doing, what they're capable of doing, how they're doing it. I just may not be able to explain all the details of what they're doing, because I mean, like most other people, if you're not in the secret society, most likely you don't know exactly how it's being done. But even I'm pretty sure that looking around at some of the people that's supposed to be in the secret society, most of them probably don't even know how the technology works. Most of them are probably just using the technology, but they don't really know how it works. Most of them are probably benefiting from the uses of the technology, but they don't know how it works. They don't know that over a period of time, with the amount of light radiation, non-ionizing radiation, that they're allowing to be pumped into their body because they want to have these super augmented abilities and whatnot, or try to have, you know, try to see if they can harness eternal life and whatnot. Um, they're actually changing the structures of their DNA. They're changing their DNA. They're also changing so many factors about their life, their actual energy existence, and their connection to the earth and the universe. They're changing all of that stuff with this synthetic energy, and because they're changing, and this is the one thing that I start to realize about all those ancient civilizations that was using these alien technologies or whatever the case. So many of them were basically using all this technology to change the way that they were naturally made to be on this planet. They were changing so many things about them, or they were changing the things that they were doing were causing changes on the earth that was throwing off the natural vibrations that we in this earth are supposed to be tuned to. That at some point, I believe the universe or God and God Himself was just like, nah, they doing too much. We gotta cleanse. We gotta cleanse the earth of these beings that I no longer recognize, because they are not a part of my creation no more. They have changed what I intended them to be. So I think eventually what's going to happen is all those people who are not trying to, I guess, raise their vibration manually, or all of those people that's not trying to, I guess, detox or try to see if they can get as much of these chemicals or the nanotech out of their body. All those people that's not trying to do anything to get rid of this stuff from their body, they're going to experience the very same fate that many people from several advanced civilizations had experienced. And the thing that I'm also realizing is the more you disconnect yourself from everything that's natural and universal, just like how birds and just like how animals can usually sense danger long before it happens, because you got to remember, their animals are built and tuned to a totally different thing. Like, that's like, watch any nature show or whatever, they'll tell you that most of the time when an animal sense danger or sense something wrong is about to happen, it's in the vibration of the environment. It's in the vibration. The animals are so in tuned with the energies around their environment, and through the sound vibrations or the light vibrations, anything that basically can give off a signal, and then they can receive that signal. They were given warning signs about something about to happen, and that's why they usually leave. Ooh, and I just got a chill come through my body. So this, I feel like this is something that I probably really need to get off, because these people are changing their natural vibrational frequencies. They're changing the things that make them naturally connected to the earth, because the earth and all the other planets in our solar system have their own natural vibrational tunes. That also means that these planets and these moons or satellites or whatever, they also can communicate with each other. And you could look this up too, that these planets actually have vibrational tunes that they actually communicate with each other. So when you think about it like that, we are born of the earth. We are born of the earth. We are born of many things that are made from the earth. Our natural vibrational tunes um, are usually in sync with the earth. So if there's going to come a time, not if, when there will come a time that something is going to happen, and the universe and the earth is going to send out that message to those who are all in resonance with the earth and the universe. Those of us who aren't actively out here trying to change our frequency and our tunes away from the natural state of being that we're supposed to be, we should, I would believe, receive those warning signs from God or the universe to let us know to move to certain places, or to go above ground, or to move us into a specific place, or whatever the case may be. Because I think, well, because we've been raising our vibration, and I think the most natural thing to do, um, when it comes to universal spiritual and positive energies, to protect those who are um, protect those things or those beings who are actually giving off higher vibrations. Higher vibrations means, more or better quality of life for all, I guess. Um, Makes sense in my head. I mean, it's 3 a.m. in the morning, so I mean, not everything I'm saying right now is probably going to make complete total sense, but it's like, um, just about everything I'm saying has been verified through scientific studies, but also spiritual studies, things of that sort. Um, what else? Yeah, I'm recording all of these frequencies because, like I said, it's nearly 3 a.m. and it's supposed to be like pitch black quiet, right? I don't have a TV on. Matter of fact, I have the power strip that my TV, cable box, all those things are connected to unplugged. I have like there's hardly really anything plugged into any of my wall outlets right now in my room. But yet you see all of the sound activity in these different frequency bars. Now from here, that 125 hertz, and you see the decibel ranges. And I believe those decibel ranges play a major role in how powerful a frequency really is and how much damage the frequency can have against the body. So that 125 hertz to 3.15 kilohertz. All these, well, I mean, shoot, it even goes all the way back here, not just the 125, but even over here to the 31.5 as well. All of these frequency um, ranges all contain different, I guess, frequencies that are being used against my health and my mother's health in her apartment. And then I'm listening to the V2K, or it could be the upstairs neighbors, and I'm hearing one male probably in his 20s say, "Yo, that's a scary ass nigga." It's like there's a rumbling sound, but it doesn't necessarily sound like a bathtub's water running. See, all these different bands of frequencies that's just constantly moving. I don't know what each of these bands could be used for, but I know that just because you don't necessarily hear it, it doesn't mean it's not having an effect against the body. So I guess what I really want to do is I want to. I see. This is why I need more help from like people who are already, studying all like audio or sound frequencies, and they've been studying military, uses for frequencies and whatnot. Because then, if somebody else can help me understand what could these various frequencies be used to create whatever or induce whatever physiological changes that they need to create. Like for say, okay, between I guess I could say let me see, this one goes because I want to know, okay, what type of effects can you create within the human body if, let's say, 80 hertz is being played at a decibel range of as high as, like, let's say 50 decibels. What type of, um, you know what? I just thought about something. Duh. I've been using the AI chatbot, the Microsoft Bing's AI chatbot for some time now to help me with research and whatnot. And of course, I always, look back at the sources to see where it got its information and whatnot. And it just occurred to me, I was like, yo, all I gotta do is type in, okay, this frequency number, and then ask it, okay, or just type in, okay, what are some physiological effects that 80 hertz um, can have on the human body based on its decibel ranges? And then I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So on that note, I'm gonna end this video here, but yeah, I'm going to make sure I do another video where I get back into my old stuff because yeah, I feel like people need to know that I'm okay. Especially after most of us have all found out about two TIs that's pretty known to many of us around the world. Ann Casper and or Catherine Quinn. Ann Casper, Catherine Quinn. She was going by two different names on Facebook, and Michael something. I forgot his name, but he also passed away too. Luckily, I mean, at least I mean, they were much older in age, so at least they got to live a good deal of their life. Mm. So now one sound is gone that I was hearing, and now there's this one particular beat that I'm hearing that's going. Yeah, that was a good idea. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let that chatbot help me figure out what are the physiological effects of each one of these frequencies on the human body. So, but anyway, yeah. On that note, I'm ending the recording and I am uploading this online, so that maybe in the future someone can take these audio recordings and do something with it that could help liberate millions of people from this oppression, this technocratic oppression. Chris James signing out.